Alrighty, guys. This is a tough one for college football a little bit. This video, but I totally now can understand why Malik Murphy is making this decision. The more that you think about it, but it's a shame. Malik Murphy is leaving Duke to go to the transfer portal. And this obviously is another risk for Malik Murphy. I mean, Malik Murphy is 20 years old. Duke just had a great year. I mean, they totally surpassed expectation. Year one, Manny Diaz. For them to even make a bowl game is tremendous, but for them, they went 9-3 this year. 9-3 on the season, okay? And just looking up the statistics, Murphy goes 26 touchdown passes, just about 3,000 yards thrown, and had a great year. And then the lasting image of Malik Murphy is him and Winston-Salem throwing a walk-off Hail Mary touchdown for Duke in this football team with Manny Diaz, who's now in his second stop as a head coach, and they're on a rise. And this program is fun again, and the people of Durham are starting to get incredibly excited. This is a team that was very close to beating SMU, a team that was tied with Miami, but Duke just had great wins throughout the season. I believe that they might have won on the road and won in overtime at Stanford. And Malik Murphy, he took a leap of faith because you are a backup quarterback at a Power 5 level that's a 4-star quarterback doesn't mean that you're going to work out and start and be that great. There's people in last year's transfer portal that are former 5-star quarterbacks that transfer and either never see the field, relinquish the job, or just not that talented. And Malik Murphy at Duke, he has a young offensive coordinator in Jonathan Brewer, who is from the Rhett Lashley tree. It seemed like the perfect, fun college situation. And I guess if I was advising Malik Murphy, I mean, of course, it's a free country. Malik is free to do whatever he wants with his college career. And he is probably going to get some NIL advantages that Duke doesn't have. But he really, I believe, had a good thing going by all accounts. Now, I don't know, maybe if Manny Diaz or the teammates or Duke, it seemed from the outside that the team was winning and morale was high. Okay? So it seemed like it was a great landing spot. An ACC program finished in the top half of the ACC, had one of the best records in the country. Heck, their record's the same as Clemson. So next year, you get in a couple more wide receivers like SMU just made the title game of the ACC. You can totally make an ACC championship, win a conference title, go to the college football playoff. And then, by the way, you can become a high draft pick even at a place like Duke if you're a quarterback, okay? Because they'll find you. Look at Jordan Love. He was at Utah State. Daniel Jones was a top 10 pick from Duke. Josh Allen was at Wyoming. And Malik Murphy has NFL arm talent. He does. He pushes the ball down the field. He's really fun to watch. At the beginning of the season, he's still a young quarterback, so at times he will test the football and put it in harm's way a little bit. And mobility's fine. He's still getting that pocket presence, but the guy's upside is getting there. All right, and he was working with the wide receivers, and that's what I wanted to see Malik at least for 2 years stay at Duke and ball out and really continue to build this thing. I mean, they were just getting started. Malik just got to Durham last year. This is shocking that he wants to move on. This is shocking. I think that there's poaching going on. I mean, you'd have to almost, look the other way not to believe that. Major poaching going on. You look at Miami, look at Ohio State. There's a ton of teams that are losing out on quarterback. Auburn needs a quarterback that can start. They're going to have Walker White or Deuce Knight as their only quarterbacks on the roster. Florida State in the same conference. I mean, Malik was better than DJU. So there's a lot of open places at quarterback. Even USC. I mean, Malik Murphy is a great transfer quarterback. That's why we're talking about this. He's a big-time player. The point is that, like, as crazy as it sounds, like there's a lot of other quarterbacks at other programs that did not have success, that did not have big-time success. I don't even want to say, because the transfer portal is exciting in a lot of ways. Like, you have a guy like Ashton Daniels who played at Stanford. Like, he's going to use the portal, and he played at Stanford a couple of years, and Stanford's not that great of a football team, and he's going to come and contribute. You have a guy like Walker Howard who doesn't play any. So you have a lot of backup quarterbacks. You have Cade McNamara, flamed out at Iowa. You have Cam Rising, who just frankly, like, they want to move in a new direction. It's a mutual parting. This is not. I bet Duke desperately wants Malik Murphy, and he's just getting paid and bought out. And the tough thing is that Duke is a Power 4 team with great aspirations, with a young coach in Manny Diaz and a program ascending, and Malik Murphy made the leap of faith. Okay, last year he had to enter the portal out of Texas. He was in a room with Arch Manning and Quinn Ewers, and he made the leap of faith to Duke, and it actually really started to work out. And he's starting to find his way, and it wasn't even a finished product. Like, there were still great things to accomplish in Durham. Great things. And you're talking about a Power 4 team in Duke now losing like one of its best offensive players, losing the face of that program and franchise in the players like redshirt sophomore season, junior season, a young player only in their third year of college. This is why fans are not going to become attached to the game. Because if you're in Duke, you're just so disappointed. Like, you're not going to know the starting quarterback. You become attached to Malik Murphy. Great times, great memories, several late season wins. With a young roster, they win in overtime of several games. And now next year, like, we're going to even probably win at Duke if Malik's there. And it might even look even more legit rather than having to go to overtime, and having to win games by the skin of your teeth. So, listen, Malik's going to get paid. Going to have so many options. So you can see why he did it. And I guess it's the grass is always greener theory. Like, in a way, I want to see Duke in their program. I want to see Manny. I want to see a couple years. Like, I was enjoying it. So it's something that is disappointing in that way. For Malik, financially, it could be good. But again, he's taking a big risk now. Big risk. Going to a new program, new offense, new staff. So maybe at Duke, I know he was getting comfortable, but it was 1 year. So again, I don't know. And it's totally within his right to do this, but this is one that is stunning because this is a Power 4 team, and this is a young player that was flourishing under a new coaching staff, and one that you did not see coming because just the season that they had. And like a player who's still kind of developing at the position, and like all the other quarterbacks, right? Avery Johnson was the next quarterback at Kansas State. Will Howard was kind of getting pushed out at Kansas State. Dylan Gabriel, like, really good quarterback, but at Oklahoma, they were in the Big 12. Maybe it's applicable, but Dylan Gabriel, it was the second stop. He went to UCF, then Oklahoma. For Malik Murphy, he was really a Duke Blue Devil. I mean, he was at Texas a little bit, but he was he was a backup there. It wasn't his program. This was his deal. This was his show. And he left his show willingly. He had the keys, and so many other college players would kill to have the keys to the program. And that's why it just leaves you a little bit befuddled. That's why people, I guess the critics of the portal, a lot of the portal, I'd say 90% of them, 85% to 90%, you're going to understand it. It's a player that balls out for multiple years. Like, look at Casey Concepcion. Bad offensive quarterback play, was at NC State for about 3 years, like, did great, put in the time at NC State. Malik Murphy just got to Duke. So that's why it hits harder, because you weren't even able to get Malik. Like if Malik Murphy went 11-1, ACC championship next year, at least you could say, wow, we got this guy for 2 seasons, But 1 season? Oh, man. 1 season. And then when you look back at Murphy, like at Duke, you're going to say, could have had the jersey hung from the rafters, could have, never never had to pay for a drink in Durham again. Talking about one of the better quarterbacks and one of the better players, for Duke in a while. Guy is a talent, so we'll see where he ends up. That's the transfer portal. That's Murphy. And I know we went on a little bit longer, but let me know what you all guys think about it.